Hello, everybody. Welcome to our webinar today. We've missed you since last week. It feels so long. We're so glad that you're here. Today, we're going to be talking about how to grow your Instagram community through engagement. Since community is such a hot topic this year, we definitely want to dive into that engagement community piece on Instagram because Instagram has so many awesome features to help with community building and engagement. So we're really excited to go over all of that today. One thing I will mention is if you have any questions today for us while we're going through everything, if you want to put it in the Q&A tab, that would be awesome because then we can keep track of them and just make sure we're not missing any. And then BJ says, am I the only one who has no audio? Let me know if anyone else is experiencing that and if they can hear us. Awesome. All right, so we'll get right into it because we have a lot to go over today. So I will do some intros here. So my name is Alyssa and I'm a community manager here at HeyOrca. So if you get our newsletter or if you've come to our webinars before or if you're in our Facebook group, you've definitely seen my name before. But I'll pass it over to Ketsia now.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ketsia, and I'm the social media community manager here at HeyOrca. I'm the one you guys are talking to whenever, we post on social media. And yeah, I love talking to you. So if you want to, you can always DM us on socials and follow us over there. I just put the links to our LinkedIns as well in the chat, and I will put all the links to our socials as well.
Awesome. Thanks, Ketsia. I love that everyone's sharing where they're from, and I love seeing everyone from all over the world. It's crazy. All right, so if this is your first webinar with us, I will let you know that we love to do giveaways. So stay tuned to the very end because we're going to be doing 2 different giveaways to win some Orca coins for our merch store. So the first way to win is head over to our Instagram. We'll have this poll question on our story. So head over to that poll, vote on it, and then at the very end of the webinar, I'll be randomly selecting someone who voted and we'll be giving you some points for our merch store. And then the second way to win is actually for the HeyOrca customers here. So if you're a HeyOrca customer, let me know in the chat what your favorite Instagram-related HeyOrca feature is. So let me know in the chat, and then I'll be randomly selecting a winner from everyone that responds to the question. So let me know in the chat if you're a customer, what's your favorite Instagram-related feature? All right, so before we get into it today, I do want to share 2 things within HeyOrca that is really great for Instagram. And this actually would help answer the question that I just asked. But I am going to share my screen here. All right, so I have 2 things to show really quick. The first one is Instagram collabs. So if you didn't know, you can do an Instagram collab post within HeyOrca. So I'll quickly show you where to find that. So I have an Instagram post here. So I'm going to click into it. And then you'll see in the bottom corner here, there's a little person icon. And then you'll see a few different options. So you can tag somebody or you can add a collaborator. So if you go over here, you can type in the person you want to collaborate's page. One thing to know is that private profiles can't be on a collaborator post, so it has to be a public profile. But you can put their name in there, press save, and then when this post goes live, it will be a collaborator post. So really helpful. That was just recently released, I think a few weeks ago. And then the second one I'll quickly show is the social inbox, which really helps with community management. So it's over here on the side. And then you can hook up all of your comments here. We just released Instagram DMs within social inbox, which is really exciting. So now you can really manage all the comments and all of the DMs in one place. So you can have them here. There's also some bulk actions, so you can bulk resolve them. You can easily remove them if there's spam, because I feel like especially with Facebook, there's so many spam comments. So it's a really great way to just manage all of that in one place. All right, so I'll stop sharing my screen here and we'll get right into everything. Let me get this back up. All right, so today we're gonna go over why social media engagement is important and how you can calculate it. And then we're also gonna highlight some Instagram features that you should utilize to gain more engagement and build community. And then we'll also go over some tips to improve engagement and then some community management best practices. So a jammed packed session here. And then if you have any tips and tricks of your own, definitely share them in the chat. We love to hear what everyone has to say. So we'll hop right into why social media engagement is important. So social media engagement can help in many ways, but 3 ways that we love is that it can increase the reach. So when your Instagram content is getting engagement, this tells the algorithm that people love it and they're going to start showing it to more people. So this just means more visibility, which is awesome. And then engagement also builds stronger communities. So if you had a post that had a bunch of comments and you just don't respond to them, that's not really building a community with your followers. You want your followers to feel like they're involved in your content, and they want to feel like they're up to date and that they have a connection with you. So building engagement with them really builds that community. And then the last one is brand loyalty. So if you're responding to your comments or maybe you're commenting on other creators' posts, this will create brand recall. So people might remember your brand's name when it's out in the wild because maybe you responded to one of their comments or maybe you commented on something that they posted. So I would say those are the 3 most important reasons why engagement is so important. Okay, so the next one is how to calculate engagement. So this is actually something I see a lot within different Facebook groups I'm in, is that engagement rate can sometimes be confusing because you're not super sure what exactly all is in this number and how do I get this number. So you can screenshot this page here if you want. But engagement rate is calculated by measuring the level of interaction or engagement, and then it's relative to the size of your audience. So this is the formula you can use. So you will take your total engagement, divide it by your total followers, reach, or impressions, and then you can multiply that by 100. Now, I know for myself, I am not a math girl at all, but this is a very approachable formula, I feel like. So if you can take a screenshot of this, and then we actually have a blog post as well that highlights this formula if you ever want to use it. Does engagement include likes and comments? Yes. So it's the amount of engagement. Say it's for a feed post. So it's a total number of engagement on that post. So the likes, comments, saves, that sort of thing. And Ketsia actually just put our blog post in the chat. So you can definitely take a look at that for more information. All right. So before we go into the Instagram features you should utilize, I think we may have a few questions here.
We do. Do you want me to read them for you?
Sure, that would be great.
So Diana is asking, the thing is, for me, it's a lot of followers, but no comments. I help with real estate brands on Instagram. So I think that's the issue that we kind of used to have as well. We had, our posts were not really resonating with our audience. So I would really try and understand, your audience and what they like, what they don't like, really create like a whole profile for them. That's what I did when I first joined HeyOrca, and then create content in their language. Like if you go to our page, you can see that we really know what social media managers go through in their day to day. We're very much ingrained into like pop culture and stuff like that. And that really boosted our engagement, but also replying to comments and actually reaching out to people shows that they can comment and we are going to reply, so it's not just in vain when they're leaving a comment. I'm not sure if you want to add anything to that, Alyssa.
No, I feel like you just covered it.
Okay, amazing. I don't know. Okay, oh wait, I don't know how to use the feature actually. Sorry, I clicked on a button, but I think we did reply to this. So
Oh,
Mark
yes.
is answered. There you go, guys. It's our first time using the Q&A section, so please bear with us. And then Sydney was asking, which bottom number does HeyOrca's reporting use? Bottom number as in the what's it called? As this, like reach and stuff? Like total follower reach or impressions. Sorry, I went back on the slide, but I
Yeah.
think
Oh,
that's
no,
what they
that's okay.
meant.
Yeah, let us know if that's what you meant, or if you meant like what engagement is it pulling. I think it's that total engagement on the posts that are within that time frame for the
Yeah.
report. So let us know if that answers your question. We'll do one more and then we'll move to the next section and then we'll revisit the questions here. But I did see a good one. What is a good engagement rate to aim for? I feel like this is a good question. And I was actually looking this up today. I saw that like anywhere between 2 and 3% is considered good. Let me know if that's right, Ketsia, because you're the master.
Yes. Yes, that's actually really good. Like 2 and 3% is what you should aim for. So if you know, have that 2%, that's a pretty engaged community. So don't think you need like 20% engagement. Usually it's only smaller accounts with like very, very niche content. But yeah, 2 to 3% is pretty good.
Awesome. All right. So I know we have a few more questions there, but we're going to head into this section and then we'll come back to these questions after.
Exactly. And this is my section, guys. So the Instagram features that you should utilize to increase your engagement. So the first one is collabs. I live for collabs. If you ever are doing like any influencer campaigns or anything or UGC, ask for a collab, because basically what it does, it posts on your feed, right, to your followers, and then it also posts on their page and to their followers, so you basically get double the reach, which is amazing. There's a lot of pages that literally like their entire feed is just collab posts, especially within the food industry, and you can add collabs up to 20 different creators, so that's pretty amazing. Like whether you're a brand or a creator, you should definitely utilize the collab tool.
20 is crazy. I have yet to
Right.
see someone have 20 different collaborators on a post. I
Mhm.
really want someone to test that out so we can see what it looks like.
Right? I think I've only seen five. Let us know what's the max amount of collaborators you've seen on a post, because I think I've seen like five max, and that was a lot for me. Another thing that we love doing at Hey Orca are carousel posts, because people just love being able to quickly read through something or save it for later or have something educational or just repost something that they really resonate with, whether it's educational or it's a meme. Usually we have like carousel memes and people share the one that they resonate with the most. And that really is a great like community building moment, and raises our engagement a lot. So I would definitely recommend doing carousel posts. They tend to perform very, very well. They're not dead yet.
No, I feel like they're the thing right now. Like I feel like
Mhm.
carousel posts always do well. I feel like because of, yeah, like the storytelling aspect of it, you can get so much information out of one carousel post. So I love a good carousel post.
Same. I think both for branded accounts and then creators. There's this new trend, I don't know if anyone has seen, where creators do carousel posts, but they write on it. Like they add like little doodles and like they give little updates and stuff and they write on it. It's amazing. I live for that kind of content.
I love
So,
that. I also feel like carousel posts always get a lot of saves and shares because of
Yes.
all the content that's in it.
Exactly. So definitely utilize. Oh, and another thing that carousel posts do is like when you first post it, if someone skips the first page, it will repost it to their feed a second time with the second page. So it's like basically you have two times to basically grab someone's attention. So make sure that your first slide and your second slide are eye catching. Um, And then stories. Meta basically reported that 57% of users in the US feel like stories foster a sense of community. So I love using stories. um, at HeyOrca, for sure. Like I do little, Q&As or like little questions or whatever on stories. But it's great to showcase behind the scenes, quizzes, like I said, Q&As, polls, shoppable links, stickers. Like you can basically do so much with stories. And the best is even story highlights because people can go back and get to know you better. Like it's a whole thing. But I definitely recommend utilizing your stories. Sydney was asking what size dimensions are best for IG story posts. I believe it's 1920 by 1080, I think. It's crazy because I use them every single day, but I still don't know the proper dimensions. um, but I think they're really great, and 10 out of 10 would recommend doing that. I think there's more questions in the Q&A tab. Not sure if I should answer them now.
Let me see. Yeah, we'll answer a few questions that are in here. How do collab posts affect your metrics?
I think in the way that it affects our metrics is just in general reach. I think we get a lot more reach through collab posts because, like I said before, like you have one, it gets posted twice on someone's feed. So they might not like it when they see the first slide, but then the second slide are like, oh, I actually like this. So, it's like twice the reach. And then also shareability, like people share collab posts. It was collab feature, right?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I thought we were talking about the carousel. I'm so sorry. It doesn't get posted twice. Regardless, it's still reach because you get, the reach from like one account and then you gets posted on like the second account's feed as well. So you get double the reach still. So yeah, that's the one feature that it's going to affect. So sorry.
Perfect. And then two questions from before. Alyssa says, someone mentioned there's a link in bio through HeyOrca. So we do have a bio link feature. So you can find this, I think, within the Instagram grid view. You can populate it there, or you can populate it directly within your Instagram post. So yeah, I can actually send a help article about that after if you want to take a look at it. And then the last one here that I see is when looking at engagement rate in reporting, does it include both posts and stories or just posts?
And please don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure it does take stories just because when I look at the reporting, they put like the amount of engagement that we get on stories and stuff as well, which is really cool. Like we get to see like replies and I think if it's shared or something. So that we definitely do measure the metrics from stories for sure, like the most popular ones and stuff. So I'm thinking it does calculate it, but please, I'm not 100% sure
I
on
think
this one.
you are right, but I'll grab a help article and put it in the chat as well if someone wants to take a look at it.
Exactly. So I hope it half answered your question. So then the next thing that we love using and that you should utilize are polls. You don't only use polls on your stories, you can actually have polls in the comment section. And I wish we had that available. I still don't have the feature on the HeyOrca account, but you can actually put polls in the comment section, which is even better because you can really push for more engagement from your audience. And I feel like people just love polls over writing a whole comment, when you ask them a question, like having to submit a whole comment, but with a poll, it takes 2 seconds to answer. So yeah, again, new features, they roll out really slowly. So hopefully you're one of the lucky ones that has the poll feature. Let us know in the comment section if you do have the poll feature already or if you don't. Unfortunately, I do not. Alyssa, I'm not sure if you do.
I don't either. I feel like since we're based in Canada, we get everything last,
Mhm.
which is annoying, but you guys can let us know how good it is and tell us everything about it.
Yes, please do. And then obviously Instagram Reels. I think that's been the big talk in 2023 was Reels, 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 short form content. Um, but apparently, static Reels get 22% more engagement than standard video posts. I think even like just video posts in general, like Instagram removed them. You can only post reels now. So if you want to post a video, it's a reel. Um, but here are some tips to make your reels more engaging. You can, have a really strong hook, and hooks can be visual hooks or they can be like written hooks. Sorry. We actually have a webinar coming up regarding hooks and how to write strong ones. So if you want to sign up to the webinar, I will put a link in the chat to sign up to our webinars. But we have one for TikTok hooks, but I think that they also kind of work for Instagram as well. So feel free to sign up. You can reshare your reels to your stories just so that people know or are aware that you posted. You can include a call to action, use a trending audio, and we do have a trending audio blog post that we update every single week, guys. So make sure that you go and check it out every week. And then you can also make sure to optimize the cover picture because you can actually have your a custom cover photo, and you can always change it. You can change it even after you post it, which is really great. So yeah, just make sure that you have all those things going. I'm not sure if there's like any new questions that I should answer.
So we do have some questions here. Maybe just finish off this section and then we'll take some of the questions that
Okay,
are there.
sounds good. And then another thing is DMs, obviously. Make sure that you are open to receive DMs from other people. You can use stories to push people to direct message you on your account. I know that people love replying to our stories and just starting conversations there, which is really great. Or even when people tag you in a story, you can always reply to the story that they posted about your brand and start a conversation that way. But yeah, I think DMs are a great way to build community. I was watching a video the other day, and the creator was saying that you need to at least recognize 5 people from your following list, like by name, and know like who they are and what they do, in order to know that you are committed to your community, and that you can create an engaged audience. And then another thing is location tags. So you can use them on stories and on posts and on obviously reels, posts like reels and static posts, just to help more local audiences discover your content. I think that Instagram actually removed the like stories, like how you used to have stories for each location. I think they changed it, which is sad because I loved those. But it's still really great because when you do post on a certain location, you can see all the posts from that location once you click on it. And if you're a restaurant, I think like a restaurant or like a physical location, I think it's always great to add location tags because people go onto your Instagram and they might not go to your website to figure out where you are located and stuff. They can just go on there, see what the vibe is. I personally always look at tagged pictures or location pictures to see what I'm supposed to wear when I go out. I think I just want to make sure that I'm, dressed like everyone else and I'm not like sticking out too much. So I think location tags are definitely really good. But as a creator, please be safe. Do not just post your direct location. Post your location after you've left the location. Don't post it in the moment. Please stay safe, people. And channels, now Instagram has released channels. I'm pretty sure you all receive all those notifications of so and so has invited you to join their channel. Unfortunately, the broadcast channels are not for business accounts or personal accounts. You can only have them on creator accounts. So, I'm not sure to how many people it's going to apply on this webinar, but yeah, just it's a great way to give behind the scenes, get polls. I am subscribed to Adam's, and when I say Adam, I mean Adam Mosseri. It's not like I know him, but like the CEO of Instagram's Instagram channel, because he posts a lot of polls and just updates about Instagram. And it's a great way to keep up with what's trending and what's coming up with features. But you can do that with so many different things. So definitely utilize Instagram channels for sure. And yeah, that's it. I think we can maybe take on some questions, and then Alyssa can
Yes.
talk about tips for
Sounds
engagement.
good. Okay, so we have some questions here. The first one is, can you do a webinar like this, but for Facebook? We'll definitely put that down in our idea bank. So thank you. The next one is, I see you'll share a bunch of timely photos of celebs from award shows. Do you ever get nervous of ripping off photos that aren't your own? What is the legality behind it?
You can't use people's likeliness to sell products, and we don't sell anything when we make those posts. So we just, make a joke, which is like a meme, but we don't like use the celebrity and then Photoshop something on their thing and say, hey, like go buy HeyOrca or subscribe to a trial. Like that could get you in a lot of trouble. But I think a meme is pretty harmless. But again, I'm not a lawyer, but so far, I know that you can't use people's likeliness to sell your products or
Yeah,
make profit. So,
I think for memes, as long as you're using them to relate to, I think, your industry, or like poking fun at maybe something that's like a pain point in your industry, something broad like that, I think that's okay. But yeah, like Ketsia said, you don't want to use a photo from an award show and try to sell your product on that photo.
yeah.
We have another one here. What are your thoughts about adding polls into Reels? I've been very curious about implementing that feature into Reels, but wondering what your thoughts on that are. That's a good question, because I feel like I don't see too many people utilizing that, but I can see it being helpful because polls are so easy to participate in.
Exactly. Same. I don't know why, like I don't have all the features on our Instagram, but if we had polls on Reels, I would 10 out of 10 use them.
Yeah, definitely. All right. So the next one is similar to the first question. How do you deal with legalities of using trending audio for a business social account?
If you want to use a trending audio, first of all, like all the audios that we do post on our blog posts are like business approved ones, like they're not like copyrighted in a sense. I would use a mashup, because there's a lot of creators that create sounds to be used, but they create mashups of like original versions. So they're like reworked. You can use a cover as well, a cover of the song. So when we did the trend with like, what was it again? Like the guy from Modern Family, we used a cover of the trending sound because we couldn't use the actual sound as well. And again, don't sell anything. Like I would again, don't sell anything. Just make a joke and like continue. Don't sell anything.
Yes. And yeah, never use a trending audio for an ad, definitely, unless
Yes,
you
that
like
too.
own that song. But
Yes.
yes, definitely a good tip. Another one is, I haven't seen polls, and the caption is that a US rollout. So it usually starts with the US, and Instagram for everything does super slow rollouts. So at some point in time, you'll just see it pop up in your account with no warning. I wish they did faster rollouts, but yeah, sadly, we can't say exactly when everyone will have access to it. A few more here. What are your thoughts on organizing your story highlights? Is this necessary to do?
Yes. 100%. I think that's the first thing I told you guys when um, I first came to join HeyOrca. Was like, we need story highlights. You can go and check out our story highlights and how we organize them. I think they are really important. Yeah, I wish I could elaborate right now, but that would be a whole webinar on its
Yeah.
own.
Yeah, I feel like for me, I love looking at a brand story highlights because I feel like I'm learning more about them. So it's a great way to just show off those things about your brand that you really want people to know because they can just live there forever.
Mhm.
Okay, two more, and then we'll head into the last sections. If we have a restaurant account for a restaurant in a hotel, should we use the hotel location or the restaurant name location? Hmm. Maybe the restaurant name, because if that's the account you're running, I'd maybe use that name. Definitely mention the hotel, I think, like through your posts, but I think using the actual name of the restaurant is
Yeah.
probably best.
Or you could even do like collab posts between the two
Yeah.
accounts. That would be
Yes.
nice.
Test that. That's a very good idea. And then I don't think that one is a question. So I think we're good to move on. Perfect.
Yes, and it's your turn.
Awesome. Okay, so now I'm going to go into some best practices for improving your engagement. So before you whip up any content, definitely take the time to create and understand your brand persona. So brand persona is always very important. So knowing who your target audience is and what their interests are, their pain points, their desires, you can kind of use that 80-20 rule. So 80% of your posts should be educational or entertaining, relating to your target audience, pain points and desires, all of that. And then 20% of your posts can be promotional. So this is just a guide. You don't have to follow that, but we've seen that work well, that if you do 80% educational and entertaining, that kind of captures people, keeps them coming back. And also I find it to be a lot more relatable, and then just kind of sprinkling in those promotional posts is pretty good. And then to boost your social media engagement, we definitely want to make sure we're posting consistently. Now, this does not mean every day. If you don't want to post every day, you don't have to. If you don't want to post multiple times a day, you don't have to at all. But for Instagram, definitely post at least 3 times a week and then utilize those stories. So it can be a little more frequent than 3 times for stories. But something to remember is don't ever feel like you need to be posting like 3 posts a day, because I don't even know if that will really make a huge difference. I'd focus on quality over quantity when it comes to your posts. And then there's no one size fits all for social media strategies either, which is always good to remember, because something that works for one brand and it's doing awesome for them may not necessarily work for your brand. So track your post analytics and learn what content works best for your audiences. So what content are they interacting with the most? What content are they saving and sharing with their friends? And focus in on that kind of content. All right, and I'll pass it back over to Ketia for the last section, and then we'll answer some of these last questions.
I forgot to turn on my mic. Community management best practices. That's like my favorite thing. Honestly, posting is nice, but the community management is better. So Joe always says that communities are built in the comment section. That's why you need to respond to all your comments. You need to respond to your DMs. I mean, say all your comments, respond to like a big amount, because some comments can like slip under and you can, get a lot, but just make sure that you at least respond to the majority of your comments. And I would say don't leave more than 24 hours unless you're like on a, it's a weekend. You can always like come back Monday, but don't leave more than 24 hours response time when it comes to comments. Because 84% of consumers on social media expect a response to questions and concerns within a day. So please don't leave people hanging. You could also determine how you're going to measure your success when it comes to community management, because every single brand has different goals. So it could be like the number of conversations or comments, it could be follower growth, it could be, the number of clips that you get on your website, it could be the amount of shares and likes on your content. You have to determine how you measure success when it comes to community building and engagement just in general. And we also have our favorite tips when it comes to community management and just, from personal experience from managing social media. But like I said, try and respond to comments and questions whenever you can. I usually just, use like 10 minutes here, 10 minutes that. Like if, for example, I have like an awkward time in between meetings, I just go in and I just answer to comments and, talk to people on there. Again, respond within 24 to 48 hours. Um, Make sure you have a strong strategy in place when it comes to negative comments. I love using our AI tool when it comes to negative comments, just to make sure that I'm responding nicely and stuff. And we also have Lyle, which helps with stuff like that. But just make sure that even when there are negative comments, don't ignore them. I feel like sometimes people do that. Don't ignore them, address them, and make sure that you're solving them. And then, you can have, I guess, a debate, but like, again, debate is taking it lightly. Like, don't start arguing in the comment section. But you just want to create a safe space for people to be able to voice their opinions in a nice manner and in a nice way. So make sure that that's also like an open space as well. Oh, sorry. I thought there was like one more slide, but that's not. But I think I just have like another tip, I guess, like an extra bonus. And I think I shared it in one of our webinars, but I'm sharing it again. If you want to increase your engagement, right? Make sure that you go and find people where they're at. Don't wait for people to find your account and comment on your posts. Go and find niche communities or people that are active followers, like I love to call them. So, for example, you go to like a competitor or you go to like a similar account or a complementing account. So, when I say complementing, it's like, oh, you sell butter and then that brand sells bread. That's like complementary because people who like bread, they probably like butter and vice versa, depending. But look at the most recent post. And when I say the most recent, it has to be posted in the past like 24 hours and look at their comments and who commented, right? And go and like and comment on their posts because those are active followers and people that are already engaged on other accounts that are probably going to be engaged on your account as well. So don't be shy to go and find people that you feel like would enjoy your brand as well.
Definitely. I love that tip. That's a great bonus tip.
There you go.
Awesome. Well, we have a few questions here. I know we have about 5 minutes left ish. So we'll answer a few questions and then we will do our giveaways. So let's see. Have you seen a decrease in Facebook engagement over the last few months compared to Instagram and LinkedIn? I feel like Facebook, and I've seen this being talked about a lot in different groups. I think Facebook engagement has been down for a lot of people recently. I feel like, I don't know, this is just my opinion. I feel like some people are moving away from Facebook, or I'm not sure. Like, I feel like personally, I feel like I have no motivation to go on Facebook. Like to just scroll. But I have seen this as like a big topic of conversation. A lot of people are noticing that recently.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll delete that one. If you have 6 different accounts engaging with each other, does Instagram see this as real organic engagement or does that engagement not count? So does that mean like you are managing 6 accounts and you comment on the other accounts that you manage? I feel like if that's what you mean, I feel like that counts because they're all different accounts.
Mm-hmm.
And then Sydney, what's an REI tool you mentioned for negative comments? Oh yeah, that's actually the HeyOrca AI tool. So I think that's what it is. So the within the HeyOrca social inbox, you actually have access to our AI tool. So it can help you with those kind of more difficult comments. If you're kind of stuck about how you want to respond to it, that AI tool can really help with that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what kind of thing would comment on someone's page to have them notice your content? I think when you comment on other creators' pages, you definitely want to make sure you're commenting not just something like an emoji. You want to like comment on something that's actually within their post. So if they ask a question in their comment, answer that question or touch on something within the caption or the image, I think that makes it feel a little bit more personal.
Yeah, comment like it's your friend. That's it. Like, what would you comment on your friend's post?
Definitely. That's a good piece of feedback. Just pretend it's your friend. Perfect. A few more here. I just linked my IG accounts to Facebook, but I'm not getting any engagement on these new profiles. So are these like brand new Instagram accounts? Let us know.
Yeah, because if so, that's normal. Like in
Yeah.
the very beginning, it's normal. It take like again, guys, like organic social media takes time. Like
Yeah.
it's not gonna happen like, oh, because you do it 1 week, then suddenly you're gonna get a increase in engagement. It's gonna take months, to be honest. Like it's gonna
Yeah.
take a lot of time.
Absolutely. It's sadly not a quick thing. It does
Yeah.
take a long time. And the last one here is there anything we can do about spam and bot accounts? Yeah, spam and bot accounts are definitely super annoying. One thing you can do, if there's a common word that they're always using, like maybe the word follow or like, can I DM you, like that sort of thing, you can put that actually in your Instagram settings as a trigger word, so that if you put like follow as that word, it will like automatically take away those comments that have that word. So if you're noticing with those spam comments, there's like certain like phrase or word that they're using, I definitely put that in your settings.
Yes. No, that's a
Um,
good one.
yeah, I always forget about that actually, and then when I think about it, I'm like, I should do that.
Right?
Perfect. So I think I have covered all of it. I did see one from Milda. What is a specific example of a good Instagram collab pairing? Um, so I think it really depends on your industry. So I think a good one is if there's a creator who is in the industry that you work in, that's really great. I would ask them, or if there's like another brand that maybe you do work with, you can definitely approach them as well. But I think it really does depend on, who your audience is and what your industry is.
Wait, a bonus on that one, and that's something that we do as at HeyOrca is if there's any of the people that work at your company and they have a post that they're going to post about, for example, a company trip or whatever, make it a collab post.
Yeah.
If they're open to it, if their account is open, make it a collab post because then they can see like real people who work at the company like posting on the company's Instagram page.
Love that. All right. So I know we have a few minutes left. So thank you everyone for all of your questions. This was amazing. I love when there are lots of questions, but we will do our giveaways really quick. So I am going to go to our Instagram story right now, and I'm going to randomly select somebody who participated in our poll. So let me look here. Let me get it open here. Okay. So now I'm not looking. I always just put my finger on a random person. So the winner is Elliot McDonald. So Elliot, if you are here with us right now, let me know. I think you are here. So you're winner number 1. So congratulations. I'll be contacting you after this webinar to get you your prize. And then our other winner will be one of the HeyOrca customers who participated in the question. So I have the names written down from earlier. So we will do the generator now. Okay. So the second winner is Sydney Moore. Sydney, congratulations. So I will be contacting you as well after this, and we'll get both of you your HeyOrca merch points. You can redeem them for merch or snacks. That's the best part is if you say you're just not feeling a shirt, you can get snacks. So we love it. And yeah, I think I don't know if there's any. We can probably answer one last question. I don't know if there's any that we've missed. Actually,
Uh, yeah, I think we're good,
perfect.
honestly. But thank you guys so much for coming today and spending time with us, talking about social media and giving all your tips as well.
Yes, thank you so much. And maybe we will see you next week. So I hope everyone has a great rest of their week, and we'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.